All right. Poland. Poland needs to close it out right now. Their 2v2 team is pretty good. Let's see what we got. We have... Oh, yeah. I'm liking this. I'm liking this already. Alright. Let's set up some overlays. We have... Okay. We're gonna use... Infected and Radley. Why not? So, I need you to be in the teal slot. And Radley is white. So Radley in the white spot. Control V and use this and prioritize this and turn this off and reset the score. Okay. Okay. So we're working with cross allies here, everybody. Just remember cross allies. Purple and white. Purple and white. This is trutaCz and this is Radley versus TechnicS Infected. TechnicS over here. Infected over here. I don't know how much TechnicS and Infected play 2v2. But I think they do. I don't think they just assembled this team. I'm pretty sure they do have some 2v2 experience. And they're both very talented players in 1v1. Combine that with just being a ZZ team, good stuff can happen. On the other side, we have Radley and trutaCz, who actually do play 2v2 and are like a super plus Olympic rank 2v2 players. At least trutaCz is. I don't know if Radley is Olympic rank, but he plays with trutaCz a lot. So they have some chemistry. And really, that's why Poland should never lose a 2v2 in this league. Like, if they lose a 2v2, it is a ridiculous upset. Because Poland has just so many good 2v2 players. And they just practice it more than anybody else does. But we'll see. We'll see what they can do versus the ZZ team. Alright. And... no BBS. What a pansy. Without the triple BBS! Alright. Oh, okay. I'm being told in the chat that Radley was partners with trutaCz, but that was 3 years ago. I thought it was a little bit more recent than that. I thought you guys had been playing more recently. Okay, so I was half right. I was half right. Alright. I actually don't know why this is like a weekend. I guess South Park didn't show up, but last week when South Park did show up, I don't know why Poland didn't use a trutaCz South Park 2v2 team. Like, that just seems ridiculously unfair. Okay. So, Infected's going to be the mule here. He's going to be going for the early lings. He's just going to be supporting in the early game until his partner can get up his mutalisks. And actually, TechnicS is getting rather greedy here. He is going for a lair and an expo. So he is really going to be relying on Infected to support him with lots of early lings, because he will not be affording it. If he manages to get that up, that's going to be huge, but it's if he manages to get it up. Over on this side, we have Radley. He's making a lot of Marines. Not anything else yet, but the Marines are too slow to really be able to help here. It's going to be up to trutaCz to hold on his own. But dang, trutaCz has some nice links. Alright. People in the chat lamenting over the loss of their old icon, or the gain of their new icon on TL. Dude, if you want to keep your icon, all you have to do is write a poem about it. Just write a poem about how awesome the drone is, and how much the Zergling sucks. And then you can stay a drone forever. Alright. So, trutaCz is going to be turtling up. Not placing the hatchery in the normal position. You see Infected do it. Placing that, if you're gonna have an in-base hatchery, you place it over here so you can put Sunkens on the ramp. TechnicS is not doing that. He's keeping everything close to the chest. Where if he had a sunken here, he could actually be kind of hitting the lings a little bit. But it doesn't look like Eastern Europe wants to deal with this. They just want to contain Poland at this point. Just gotta make sure nothing bad happens with that. But on the other side, we have Radley, who hasn't had to do anything all game. And that's dangerous when you completely ignore a player in a 2v2. Because they'll just be allowed to snowball into a pretty strong army. Although, admittedly, there has been no... I don't think there's been a single kill this game. And so all players should be getting pretty high up. We see Eastern Europe going sunken route. You have 5 sunkens and 3 sunkens over here. So just going to be using those primarily for defense. Now, Infected did nothing with his early lings. I mean, he did stay alive, which is nice. And he did keep his ally alive. But it might come back a little bit to haunt him to not have that expo up when he might have been able to. We'll see. He does have 2 hatcheries up, so it's not as if he's completely behind. He'll still be able to produce lings at a good clip, but... And then Hydralisks. That's typically what this player does. The player who goes for lings early first, then transitions into Hydralisks, and they just don't get a lair until much later. Where this player who techs up quicker will just only make Mutalisks for the rest of the game. That's all they'll be doing. Sunkens and Mutas. Oops. Marine getting a little bit overzealous there. Okay. So, that's +1 weapons. +1 weapons would be quite nice. Still needs a little bit more to go. And, ooh, Infected. Ah, Infected! Throwing away 6 lings there. Or, well, that one got away, so 5 lings. Still, generally things you want to avoid. Yeah. Is anybody else reminded? Okay, I like programming. I'm not good at programming, but I find it really fascinating. I don't know if anybody else follows the competitions they have for programming an AI bot, but this looks exactly like the AI bot right here. They build a lot of Sunkens at the natural, and then only make Mutalisks. And then they just alternate Sunkens Mutalisks, Sunkens Mutalisks, Sunkens Mutalisks. If you haven't seen that, even if you're not a fan of programming, I recommend you see it. Because the algorithm they use for Mutalisk Micro is really sick. It just makes you wonder, like, how much more, if a player had 2000 APM, what they'd be capable of. I recommend anybody who hasn't seen that before should go check it out. It's not good enough to actually beat players yet. So I'm not saying, like, boom, there's no reason to watch this anymore. Watching computer players is the future. It only does one build, and it does that one build not to a point that it can actually beat people, but it's just cool to watch. Anyway, the Mutalisks are out, and there's not really enough Marines here. The Zerglings can't help, and there was a little bit invested into Firebats, so the Mutalisks should be able to do some nice damage here as they pick off the Marines, and then can go after Zerglings after that. Alright. Meanwhile, trutaCz does have his Mutalisks up, so he'll be able to start to counter the air. Mutalisks, very nice pretty much in any time Zerg's playing, but really nice in the 2v2 just because of how quick they can be. Especially on Icarus, where a lot of the length of the map is determined by terrain features. Not so much in the center, but darting in and out of the mains like this. It's very nice to have the Mutalisks to be able to get 2 places around the map. And Mutalisks are just fast to begin with. Going in for attacks here. There's so many static defenses. 2, 3, 4 spores and 2 sunkens. And it looks like he's adding more. A 5th spore. It's just, I mean, the spores are really spread out, but I just don't think it's worth it. I think it's time for him to pull back, as we do have Radley moving out with his next wave of guys. I think Radley's a much better target right now for the Mutalisks. Rallying? Are we rallying in? I do believe that was team... Oh, Hydralisks! The Hydralisks are coming, and that's going to be a real pain for trutaCz here. After building so many spore colonies and now having to deal with a pretty large Hydralisk force. There was a SimCity to deal with the Zerglings, and the Mutalisks would be good against them, but Hydralisks are a different story. Now, trying to deal with these Marines, neither of these Zerg players really want to have to deal with the Marines, but it looks like TechnicS is just going to bite the bullet here. He loses some Mutalisks, but is going to clean that up. Doesn't have to worry about them coming in from the back, where they could have been very dangerous to the Hydralisks, and now they can go against Zerg once again. And what else is there to do? Make more Sunkens, make more Spores. It's actually a little bit nice that trutaCz had not placed the hatchery this far forward, because now the Spore colonies cover the Sunkens and vice versa. Sunkens at the ramp would be a lot better versus the Hydralisks, but it'd be a little bit harder to defend the Sunkens against Mutalisks. Oh boy, here we go. What can Radley send to help out here? Just a handful of M&M. It's going to be nice to a certain extent, and looks like trutaCz just wants to focus on these Hydralisks to take them out. There is one fire bat here. Really doesn't want to do a whole lot. It's fine. Hydralisks don't counter... fire bats don't counter Hydralisks anyway. Really not his responsibility here. Oh! He killed something. I'm pretty sure he got a kill there. So, here comes the science vessel. Oh no! Oh no, Bulgaria! Bulgaria, why can't you split your Mutalisks? Oh, this is so bad! Oh, and he got a completely full health one. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh man, Infected has actually infected his ally TechnicS, and now TechnicS forgets how to split Mutalisks. And that's going to completely take the wind out of the sails. He does not want to engage with his Mutalisks because the splash damage from the enemy Mutalisks will do so much damage. He just... Oh, man. He could be absolutely taking trutaCz out of this game right now if it was not for that. Oh, that's brutal. It's so brutal, but they're still doing good damage. They've taken out... Look at all these buildings that have gone down. Ooh, getting hit by Scourge. But look at all these buildings that have been taken down. And the spawning pool. So we can only make Mutalisks. Mutalisks and Spores. That's all he's got. Radley with a very clutch science vessel. Oh, 7 kills. 7 Mutalisk kills. Oh, man. Oh, and here comes the next Irradiate. They're so clumped up. And oh, a beautiful Irradiate. Oh, but a nice split. And that wasn't even the top Mutalisk. Very nice by Radley. Very nice by Radley to not click on the top Mutalisk. Very nice by TechnicS to pull it out. Good stuff. Alright. So, Mutalisk coming in once again. And there's just so many Mutalisks. This is what happens. This is why ZZ is so good. Because a 2-base Zerg has such an economic leg up over his opponents. Now, we do have Radley. Radley getting an expansion himself. But I think, is this Radley surrendering his opponent? Is he giving up? Is he giving up on trutaCz? He might be. Once again, moving out. Now, lots of science vessels. You have lots of science vessels to help out here. They'll also help out with the lurkers, and if Infected is going to go in that direction after a while. Extractor taken out. So now trutaCz can't do anything. He can't make Mutalisks because he doesn't have gas. He can't make Lings because he doesn't have a spawning pool. There we go. Now make it a spawning pool. And Radley, he can't attack. That's too much. 7 Sunkens? Too much. Too much. Over on this side, maybe. A little bit better of a shot. Still no lair. Means no lurker upgrade. An interesting decision from Infected to make absolutely pure Hydralisk. Medics do not heal Mutalisks. I can tell you that right now. Medics can't heal air units. Alright. So yeah, they can't heal Mutalisks or Overlords or Scourge or Guardians or Devours, any of that. Alright, so going in, Looks like they've diverted attention. I'm a little bit surprised, actually, that they didn't want to finish off the Zerg, because they were so close to doing it, but it will be nice to do a lot of damage to the Terran, and the Terran does not appear to have as much static defense. Coming back with the Marines, and another Irradiate! Irradiate, there we go. Eventually getting the split out, and oh, another one! A big one! Ugh! Man, you are killing me here, TechnicS. Absolutely killing me here. With the anticipation of the splits. But it looks like this will be enough. And another irradiate. There we go. Another irradiate. There we go. GG from trutaCz. GG from Radley. That's 1 point for Eastern Europe. Like I thought. I thought this was going to be pretty easy for Poland to win, because they do 2v2. But Eastern Europe's up 1. Eastern Europe is up 1. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Let's see. Orange and white. Orange and white. Left side versus right side. We need to remember. Left side versus right side. And... okay. So, infected... Alright, so I'm going to change... okay, here's how I'm going to do this. Control X. Control V. Use that as my primary. Radley is in the 10 o'clock position. And then TechnicS is brown. Don't use him. Brown is in the 2 o'clock position. And TechnicS of Eastern Europe. Great. Great. We're good. We're good. Right? Everything's correct? Correct. Cool. So, remember, left side versus right side. Left side versus right side. TechnicS is brown, and infected is yellow. And then Radley is white, and trutaCz is orange. trutaCz 9 pool. I'm expecting a... ooh, okay. I was expecting a... I was expecting a... can't get it out. I was expecting an infected 9 pool, but instead it's going to be TechnicS. So, TechnicS and infected doing a little bit of the flippy-floppy with the rolls there. Gonna be switching it up now. It looks like TechnicS is going to be the early game guy, and infected is going to be the finisher. Okay. So this is a 12 hatch, right? This is a 12 hatch, and since it's EVZ, he can place this out here, and he should be safe because TechnicS will be defending him. Either defending him directly with the Lings if he absolutely needs to, but most likely he'll be defending him just by virtue of putting pressure on the opponent. And Radley going 2 racks once again, not placing the 2 racks at the front. So that's interesting. Last time he had placed them at the front and created some kind of wall, which would have come in handy had the 2 Zerg guys teamed up on him. But it didn't happen last game, and maybe this game it won't happen either. And we have second hatchery at the ramp. Alright. Definitely a role reversal. And there is the Sun Colony. These are TechnicS Lings coming in to defend infected here. But is he... how many drones? Just 1 drone? Just 1 drone so far, but that Sun Colony's not done yet. There we go. Sun Colony pops. He gets 1 shot off. I don't even know if it was a hit. It might have been a miss. Sun Colony do have miss chances, and I just learned some Bulgarian. Because that has to be the word for crap. Because this is bad. With trutaCz already getting in here. Already doing damage. This is your carry. It's your carry for your MOBA fans. You can't... You're denying... The drones are farming here. And you're denying farm right now. TechnicS is a terrible support. Alright. So, not that bad though. Not that bad. They kind of recovered nicely. Only have 14 supply compared to 18 for TechnicS, but it's 14 supply almost all in drones. It's real like one lane. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Meanwhile, we have more Raxes going down for Radley and an engineering bay. And Sunken Colonies. It looks like Team Eastern Europe is going to be playing more defensively. Alright. Yeah, I think Eastern Europe's going to be having to play this more defensively right now. They did it. They took a little bit of economic damage at the beginning, and really, trutaCz is playing this a lot more aggressively, or at least he was to a certain extent. Now TechnicS does have a lot of lings out, and he's bottlenecking trutaCz off. So trutaCz might have to be cautious about moving out here, but you might be able to make something happen. Radley is keeping a lot more lings, or excuse me, a lot more Marines back at home before the first push. Just means it's going to be stronger when he does move out. TechnicS only has one sunken. Infected only has one sunken. That could be a problem. And boom, okay, Infected sees it, he's pinging it, so they do realize it, and hopefully they're deciding to make some more sunkens. That'd be helpful right now. Okay, we got sunkens. We got sunkens. We got sunkens. One Marine. It's like, I got this, guys. Don't worry about it. He did not have it, in fact. He very much so did not have it. So, here are the Mutalisks from Infected. And the Lings are going to be moving up. So it's going to be a pretty even Ling for Ling trade here. Looks like... Ooh, TechnicS bringing in more, though. TechnicS is going to have a nice little advantage here and might be able to take out the Spores. Radley's going to have to come down and defend here. And once again, I'm actually a little bit surprised. I thought trutaCz would be in a safer position, but no. This is looking exactly like the last game, where trutaCz is just constantly trying to hold off aggression. He doesn't have a sunken. There's a sunken. Okay, he has something to defend. It's not in the best of positions, especially if the Zerg can come in from that side, but it's going to be good enough for now. And the Marines chase it off. Going T. Alright. That one's yes. I know that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody disagree in a 2v2. Like, it'd be funny if TechnicS was like, go Terran, guys. Infected's like, no, fuck off. I do what I want. I feel like going Ultralisks. Support me. That'd be a little bit amusing. Anyway, so, going in for the kill here. Yeah, some of those Mutalisks were already injured, so 2 of them die immediately. A little bit of bad luck there. And all the Marines are going to go down. The turrets are still up. There goes one turret. There's still one turret hiding in the back, but a lot of SCVs have gone down the process, and there are still Lings here. Huge, huge damage to the Terran. And this is why Mutalisks are so nice. You can just decide where you want to attack. Just go for one, then switch to the other one. Where Radley, he's still hoofing it. Still hoofing it with the M&M, and they're going to be too late. They're already too late. The damage has been done. Now, they still need to get in here so he doesn't completely die, but... Ugh. Alright. So. Stim of the Marines. Marines are gonna Marines do chase out the Mutalisks. Looks like Infected doesn't want to deal with that. We have 35 supply and 21 supply. That's 56. versus 44 and 23. That's 67. Not that big, but Terran should have a higher supply than either of the Zerg players in a match like this. And that's a lot of Mutalisks to be dealing with right now. The supply does not tell tell how much of dire straits trutaCz is in. And then shortly after, Radley, who's like, oh geez, these Marines, man. These Marines have just running a marathon right now. Coming down to save the Zerg ally and running back home. Now we're going to run back. No, they're not going to run back down. They don't care anymore. They've given up trying to save trutaCz. Radley is fed up by his ultra noob ally who can't even defend himself. Just going to go for the kill. I say that super sarcastically if that wasn't apparent. Ela! Is Ela help? Anop! No, okay. Change it to mine. Don't help. I'm guessing Ela was help. I'm guessing. I'm learning so much Bulgarian right now. It's crazy. It said come. Come is close to help. Like if I'm a waiter in a restaurant and I say, can I come you? Instead of can I help you? People will totally understand that. They're pretty much the same word. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Alright. So. trutaCz has links. trutaCz has links. Radley has M&M. There's even a Firebat. Can they defeat 7 Sunkens? We're about to find out. The Lings are going to go in first. The first couple Sunkens are going to fall really quickly. The Marines are stimmed. They're where the Mutalisks aren't helping. The Mutalisks are not helping out. They could be doing something. They can stay out of range and help out against the Lings. Now they're finally getting in there. The Hydra's coming in from the back. But all the Sunkens have gone down. Is it going to be enough? The Lings are inconsequential now. It's just the M&M. And no, the M&M will go down. There are enough Hydralisks. The medics will not be superheroes for Radley. Radley, oh. That's it. That was their final attack. They did no damage. And even though Radley, with this amazing game, was able to win the 1v1, Poland loses the 2v2. And we go into ace match. Oh, boy.